Midnight Raven. Today we are going to do part 2 of my Q&A answers. If you haven't seen part 1, I will link it down below. Basically, I did a I need help video, and it was to get everyone to ask me questions for a big Q&A. I got quite a few questions, about 14 altogether, I think. So, just a couple. But I have another 7 questions here. I did a part 1 and this is part 2. You'll have to excuse me. It's like 29 degrees here. I'm like sweltering. But we've done part 1. Everyone that got their question read out will get a mention in the description below with a link to their channel. So if you've asked a question, you will get some promotion yourself. So we're going to dive in here and ask these last 7 questions. And we'll see what kind of questions we get. So like I said, you all get a shout out. So this is Caroline 12B3. So all the links to their channels will go in the description, and then you can check out individual channels. How did your first live stream go? Well, my first live stream was about 4 or 5 months ago. And my first live stream, I was astounded on how many people actually came in my stream. I was like shocked. I had like 10 or 15 people. I was like, oh my god, I expected like no one to turn up and just be like talking to myself. But my live streams, since my first one, have got better. My confidence has gone up. I'm not so worried now that I'll start a live stream and no one will turn up. I think my most live stream people is like 20. I mean, for me, that's kind of cool. That's 20 at once in the chat. Overall, my average viewing is like between 100 and 150 on my live streams as a whole. Not so bad. They're not my favourite things to do, don't get me wrong. I'm not like a live streamaholic. I do like doing them. So thank you, Caroline. Very good supporter of my channel. I'll pick another question. I do love my shopping basket. Anyone that wants one of these, you can get these from B&M. Self-promotion. No self-promoting, remember. Stephanie Douglas again. She had a question in the first one. She's got a question in the second part as well. Good old Stephanie. What do you do for work? Well, due to injuring my back and now having a spinal defect, I'm unable to work at present. It sucks. I used to work in a care home for people with dementia, and after rolling a patient, I damaged the muscles in my spine, which then caused a reaction in my back and has now made my back problem that I had initially very small. But the problem I now have is I have a genetic spine disorder, which has been affected by the pain I had from the muscles that were pulled. It's a very long-winded story. I've told loads of people this on YouTube before, but it basically means for the foreseeable time I can't work due to spasms, tightening, prolonged standing, prolonged sitting, constant movement, twisting are all very difficult for me. But thank you, Stephanie. This is kind of a job. I also do eBay as well. I also sell stuff on eBay on occasion. You know, just to make a bit of extra. God the Good One. Who doesn't love God the Good One's channel? Do check out God the Good One. Check out his Jizz quiz on a Friday as well. If speaking to the dead was actually true and not totally fake, who would you contact and what would you ask them? Well, if I could talk to the dead, I would probably want to go back in time. And I'd love to talk to someone like Joan of Arc, Marie Antoinette, really hot-headed, red-blooded women, you know, that had a purpose, that wanted to get a message out. Anne Boleyn, Marie Antoinette, maybe Henry VIII's wives, and be like, what did you see in this fat king dude? Then again, he was a king, so maybe that was it. You know, really good, strong, powerful women through history. Joan of Arc is probably, you know, people thought she was crazy, you know. I'd also love to go back to the, you know, the witch trials and stuff like that. So, yeah, powerful women through history would probably be who I would talk to. And I would ask them, you know, how things have changed, why things have changed, how femininity has changed and feminism has changed throughout the years, how women are actually standing on their own 2 feet now, and things are changing. Stormtrooper had one in the first video, he's got one in the second video. If there was a greatest movie star ever, who would it be and why? Well, for me, Johnny Depp is the greatest male actor in the world. The greatest female actor in the world is Scarlett Johansson. Absolutely love her as an actress. I think she's really good. And Helena Bonham Carter is awesome as well. So 2 very powerful, strong women. And then we have Johnny Depp, who I think is a brilliant actor. People like Bruce Willis, Mel Gibson, you know, awesome actors. Couple more questions. Hope you're all enjoying this. If you want to ask me some more questions for another Q&A, you can comment down below on these videos and leave me some. Puppy breath. Another good question here. What are some of your guilty pleasures? Well, my guilty pleasures would be chocolate, shopping, love of sex, love of meeting people, traveling, maybe spending too much, binge watching, binge eating, used to be binge drinking, not anymore, loving goth too much, maybe, maybe being too goth, yeah, loads of guilty pleasures. We'd be here all day if I went through all of them though. I'm not such an innocent girl. Right, I think there's 2 more. Art Geek Design, fairly new subscriber. When did you get involved with the goth scene? Well, I had a friend when I was 11 who was a bit alternative, a bit different, a bit weird, a bit out there. And they kind of went to the park one day and he was with his friends and he showed me his friends and they were all dressed in black. And they were rocking out to this like radio they had with them, this music, and I was like, this is kind of cool, you know. They were talking, they were listening to music, it sounded really fun. They were in black, which, you know, is an awesome colour. And I just got more and more into it. I started wearing black myself, started wearing black makeup, I started hanging out with more goth people, and the whole goth scene just kind of enthralled me. But yeah, I've been in the goth scene like 23 years now, and as I said earlier in the first half of these questions in part 1, if I could write a book to teach that you can be a goth and a mum and combine the 2 without one pushing the other away from each other and still keeping you, I would do. So it's pretty cool. And then we have one last question. So if you want to ask any more questions, you can comment down below and I will do another Q&A at some point. So I have a stockpile of questions. So do feel free to ask some more questions below. So the last question is from Lena again. Lena, lovely. He was in the first one. She asked a lot of questions. What fashion trends make you cringe or laugh every time you see it? There's a big list. So fashion trends that make you cringe. Fashion trends. Tartan. Anything brightly coloured. So unicorn, animal prints. And then things that are cringy. I mean, they're laughable, but cringiness, bedazzling, things that are just too over the top, just like patterns, you know, making yourself look ridiculous for no reason. You know, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube have a lot to answer for cringy stuff. You know, bleaching your eyebrows, bedazzling, you know, down below, anal bleaching. I mean, there's so many bad things, so many cringy things, and fashions. Definitely animal prints, bright colours, fabrics that shouldn't be used. I mean, I hate things like silk and satin. I don't like them. They're just too. What is a good fashion trend is black, and it's here to stay. So thank you to everyone that asked questions. You'll all get a link down below to their channel. So if you want to check out all these people that are really dedicated to my channel and asked questions, I will link their channels down below. If you want to leave me more questions, feel free to comment down below, and I will put them all together for another Q&A very soon. So if you haven't already, do like and subscribe to my channel. Comment any questions down below for another Q&A, which I will do at 1,000 subscribers, and I will see you very soon for another video. Don't forget to check out part 1 as well. It's awesome. Take care and thanks for watching. Bye.